Merge. Reading. They're reading. They're reading. They're reading. Merge video.
It's like, no, I'll do it. Good morning, everybody. This is Johnny Rooster. It is Morning Mouth. I am live here in Oklahoma City. The ladies with me are in other places, Springfield, Ozark, all over the world. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
I know that we realize there will be a very short delay between words, so after I speak, you can jump in one at a time. I will address you first in the far right panel that you can see. Wave to everybody. That's Tiffany Tutu. She is a children's book author, also the co-host of the Morning Mouth once a month on the show on a Monday, and it is Monday, and it feels like it because we had to hook everything up. Now, Tiffany, good morning to you. Is there anything, I noticed that you were posting, your children were reading your book that you wrote, and you realized your dream of becoming an author had come about. Pretty big stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So what is one thing you're getting out of being a children's author so far? What kind of joy are you receiving?
Oh, I love looking at the kids, read my book and smile and laugh at it. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. That's what's happening. So kids I know, kids I don't know. I love it when people tag me in photos with their kids, so I can see them enjoying it. So that's why I did it. So kids and parents could smile and laugh. So
that's perfect. We like to smile and laugh. There's another mom online. Her name is Amber Iler in the middle. Hello, Amber.
Hey, Johnny. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Amber is with Northwest Mutual. She's a financial advisor. Is that the good way to put it?
Yes.
And Amber had switched careers because of COVID. I believe you had a very lucrative long-standing career in communications, and everything got interrupted, and you're making the best of it for sure.
Absolutely. Sometimes, when life gives you lemons, what else to do but make lemonade?
No, somebody said when life gives you lemons, pee in a bucket, but that makes no sense to me. None.
Oh.
So, Tiffany, you probably haven't met Amber yet officially.
Nope, just online here.
Amber has 2 children. She has struggled through a change, a hardship. She had a very strong career going, and everything got interrupted. And my gosh, I've got goosebumps just realizing how much Amber is persevering and making the best of a really different situation. So Amber's going to share. She's our guest today. I'm going to let her share what happened and tell about her career and then what happened, because this is, oh my goodness, it's over. And she's still smiling and making things work.
Yes. Thank you, Johnny.
So tell us about it.
So it's about this time last year that life took a big turn. And I know 2020 was kind of a very, it was a different experience for all of us, but I'll share a little bit about mine. So I'm 10 years into my career with T-Mobile. Love the career, love the company. Still don't have a lot of bad things to say about them. It's a great place to work for Frontline. 10 years in, pandemic hits. We go through a merger with Sprint, and the longtime job is no more. You get that call on a virtual call just like this one, and they say, hey, we've restructured the company. We've had to make some change. You're
Not
one of
even
those
in
changes
person.
we make it. Yeah. you're one of the changes, and unfortunately, your position's been eliminated. So that was a really, really rough situation. Unfortunately, my husband and my two children were in the back of that video call when this took place. So safe to say there was a whirlwind of emotions, but life has really just been about moving forward from that call.
You had not just an average $10 an hour job. You'd been there how long? And you were doing really well.
Yeah, so I was there 10 years. I was making just over six figures a year. I think the biggest impact to me, obviously financially, but I coach and led people to help them succeed in life, on the phones, as a manager, and even with their finances as well. So it's funny how it all kind of shakes out, because I was already coaching some of my representatives to financial perseverance and making sure that they knew, the best moves for the money they were making, because a lot of them, just like me, hadn't made that money in their lifetime before.
Yeah,
So
that's crazy.
it took away that influence that I had to share my passions and my strengths with other people, which were my representatives. And now life looks totally different, but I'm a lot happier.
You're a lot happier?
Yeah, I mean, I've taken a leap. I went into a field that is predominantly male led, and I'm now working as a fiduciary advisor with Northwestern Mutual. It was kind of crazy how it all went down. I got cut from T-Mobile, then got a call from the recruiter at Northwestern Mutual, and things all kind of came together. I never thought I'd see myself here, but it's going well.
So Tiffany and Johnny, let's clap for Amber right now. This is a cheerful moment. Yay. That is awesome. Tiffany, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I have had like the exact same thing happen to me. I didn't have kids at the time, so that would have been like extra scary, but I was completely single. I didn't have a husband so at that time. So it was, all me, and all of a sudden you don't have a job. So that is, but it is like you said, you're happier. So after the whirlwind kind of like fades, and it didn't take much time for me to kind of settle back down like you did, and it had all been worked out behind the scenes for me. So yeah, that's I've learned to somewhat embrace the whirlwinds after that, because I realized that they typically, land you in a better place.
That's
Absolutely
wonderful that you both have a great outlook, because I believe God takes care of his own. When you're faithful in your business and your life, you will persevere, and there's rewards.
Yes, it does.
We're going to see if Matt has been diligently setting up this call, putting your names underneath you. We're going to take a brief break here for our commercial break, if he is ready with that. Perhaps. If not, that's okay, because I don't have any way to hear him. He may not be, but he can let me know. In the meantime, so Amber, you've gotten a lot of different hard shift, but now tell us what you do specifically, Northwestern Mutual, and how you can help people specifically, who you're looking for to help.
Yeah, so right now, I'm in the growing stages of my business, which is really just about finding new clients who find value in asset protection, risk management, investments, anything that's going to better their financial situation. I also work with those who aren't quite there yet. They're working on getting their credit score back in place, getting budgeting, getting some simple saving strategies to help get them set up for better things in the future. Ideal day is meeting with one or two new people, being able to educate them about what I do and the value that my business brings, and really just see where their head is at and how we can help that family or that individual grow long term.
Well, feel free
It is a long-term relationship, and it's something that it takes a lot of thought and a lot of planning to do, because it's not a one size fits all.
You really want to listen to everybody that talks to you and assess what they need or don't need. And your listening
Absolutely.
is that's definitely been a big thing when we met with you, how well you can listen and understand and then take time when somebody has a question, or if they aren't getting it, or if they don't think that it's a good fit, you can read them and then you can let them kind of work it out. Sometimes it is a good fit and they just didn't understand.
Exactly. That's the thing is, like I said, it's not a one size fits all. You really have to listen to your client and hear what their need and desires are. Without those two things, we don't really have a platform to build a business relationship. It's not about me selling you a product. It's about you telling me where you want to go, what your financial goals are in life. And from there, I'm going to put together a strategic plan to help you reach those goals. And that looks different for everybody.
Well, that is great. I'm so excited to see you doing well, or at least getting off that woe is me and right back into things. Tell us about your family. Who's your man? Who's your kids?
Great. So I am getting married next year. My fiance's name is
Yeah.
Jeffrey Lewis, and he is a Springfield native. I met him here 10 years ago. We have two beautiful children whose names are Douglas, who's 5, and Javion, who's 1. And they keep me on my toes. They're a blast, though. My oldest son is special needs. So we spend a lot of time with therapy and getting him into certain programs. He's got a great IEP with Ozark South. Shout out to Ozark South over there. You guys are killing it. And they've done a lot for us. My 1-year-old Javion, he's hell on wheels. That's all I'll say. Very
Well, you
bright,
seem
very
to
bright.
you seem to be quite in mommy mode when we stopped by the house the other day to say drop off some Mary Kay products, because my wife, she does that. But we like to help people find out who they are, where they are, and be real with them. And that's what I'm thinking. Johnny Rooster is about helping entrepreneurs and business people and nonprofits and entertainers, but it's really about the personal touch, not just another canned interview. So I want you to know that we just like to have fun. We like to know who you are. So that's what I'd like to do. If you had a favorite food or a favorite dessert, would you rather want to eat the dessert first or the regular main course first? If you were like in your head, what do you really want to do first?
I need the protein. I want the food.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
I'll
not
take
like my love. Yeah, what do you think, Tiffany?
I mean, if I could just do whatever, it would be dessert. I would for the dessert.
That is my wife's answer to everything. Chocolate solves almost everything.
It does.
She is here in the room with me. We're one of those couples that can work together, and when we say something, it's public. I'm saying that to her face. She's a chocoholic.
I love it.
What's another thing about you, Tiffany, that you want the world to know? Yes, we know you wrote a children's book. You can tell us a little about that, and then something else about you that we didn't know.
My children's book is called "What Did Your Dinosaur Do Today?" And it kind of portrays 4 different little dinosaurs that are going about everyday business and things that your kids would normally do. It's a cute little book. Every kid would like it, I think. Anyway, so yeah, something funny.
Is it for children that learn to read or just want to listen? What do you think when you're reading that book?
Well, it would be for either. It's a simple book to read, so it would be good for reading. I've heard some feedback that it's got sight words in it that would be easy for beginning readers to do. But it is what my intent was mostly for a parent to sit down and read this book to their children. I think it has a connection. It was meant to have a connection between the parent and the child. The book is. It's not just reading it to them, it kind of draws draws the children into the book and the parent. So
Yes.
one of my things is reading books to my son, and I enjoy the books much more that we can interact together with. So.
Well, I'll say this, Amber, the book that Tiffany wrote is beautifully illustrated by a local artist. Yeah. And I would highly recommend it for your children too.
I am on it.
My wife's granddaughter and her mom, they just love that book. And the granddaughter has not ripped the page, has not eaten the page, nothing edible in the book.
Yes.
So it's really a safe book. The book is actually watched and listened to. It is not eaten like some books.
Yep.
She's under 2.
And
Love
her granddaughter will be 2 in September. So a 1-year-old recommends your book, Tiffany.
That's perfect. That's great. Yeah.
Field test.
Yeah, that is truly my why of why I did this book. I wanted to I kind of wanted to create a book that kids wanted to read over and over and over and over again. But
I'm showing off that I'm the best dad ever, according to my 11-year-old son, who got me this for my Father's Day gift. So we're all in the parent role. It's more of a calling to be a parent than ever. Nowadays, a lot of folks let their children veg out in front of an electronic device. I'm thankful for Tiffany writing a book, letting kids learn to get into books. Amber, I don't know your situation, but if your kids get into books at all, that would be the one. What did your dinosaur do today?
We've got 1 million books.
There you go.
And that's our next one.
That's your next one. That's good. See
Yes.
there, Tiffany? Another one right there for you.
yeah.
Boom.
Thank you.
Kaboom. You know, I'm just fascinated that we can put 3 faces on a screen from different locations. Yeah, I know we're not Fox News, but it's still cool, huh?
Yes.
One thing I'm noticing is every little difference matters with the lighting. Like I turn this light off, it's kind of dark. And Amber, I didn't coach you on that, but still, that's hard to remember all this little stuff about that. But I think as we improve our game, this is about communication. You were told on a Zoom call that you no longer had a good job. And now you're back on a call telling the world that life is still good.
Not
There's
only
a
good,
lot
life's
of-
great.
Yeah, more discouragement than I've ever seen last year.
Yeah.
More sadness. My buddy Matt that runs this show, his dad passed away last year of COVID. My sister died of liver cancer November 3rd on election day last year. The election was a disaster. Everything felt wrong last year. It hurt so much I don't even like to revisit. But tell us, what is this year showing you, ladies, so far? And Tiffany, we'll start with you. What is this year showing you?
Well, I have to say first, I was determined not to let 2020 be a disaster, even though everybody else was calling it a disaster. And obviously out of my control. But that was one of the reasons I wrote the book, because I wanted to look at 2020 and be able to remember 2020 for something amazing. So I did that. And then I feel like, you know, we really focused on family time in 2020. And to tell you the truth, this is going to be weird, but 2020 was one of my favorite years. In fact, I was scared we were going to die. But like, if you could have taken that equation,
Working on it. Yeah, she's working on it.
Anyway, so 2021 has been good, and I feel like it's just kind of built the fruits, you know, and the foundation that we placed in 2020. You know, I feel like it made me realize the importance of not going, and being busy. So really slow down the moments.
Are they not on?
There
And
Well,
uh,
I wanted to say this, Tiffany. Thank you for the reminder that you decided not to let 2020 be a disaster. And I'm going to start thinking about it was an opportunity and you made an opportunity happen. And that's just perfect. We'll be back with Amber's look on 2020, 2021 right after these important messages. Okay, ladies, we are back. Folks, this is the Johnny Rooster Morning Mouth Show. And we air Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on AMG Broadcasting on YouTube and ACTS Media Group. That's ACTS Media Group on Facebook. Now, we also go out on LinkedIn and Twitter. So if you do LinkedIn, raise your hand if you do LinkedIn. All right, see? And then Twitter, you know, Donald Trump can't do it anymore, but somebody else can. So we can do Twitter, and we also go out on something called Daily Motion. It goes out of Paris, France. So we are worldwide, and you ladies, you might have people with English subtitles trying to figure out what are you saying. This is great. we have two winners this week that we didn't announce because I didn't determine which one was the actual winner of the $100 giveaway, but the sponsor last week, every week during the summer, we had been giving away $100. We're going to do something different now, but Queen City Insane Asylum is a semi-pro football team in Springfield, and they were the ones that sponsored the winner this last week. There's two names, and I'm not going to say them because I don't know which one's the winner, but they will announce that when they know. Or they might have already. So if you folks listen to AMG Broadcasting, 8 a.m. Monday through Friday has been the morning drive. We have a special edition on Wednesdays with another program. And then Johnny Rooster, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We're going to also be changing up some of the format. We've got Axe Fest coming up. Axe Fest is an annual event. It's got competition. So if you ladies are good at some talent, you can enter the talent show. It's $10 to enter and $50 for the prize. You get a plaque and you get recognition. And all you got to do is this Thursday, there's a competition. Friday, there's more. So it's music, non-music, and it is a sandwich building contest. So 3 contests. That'll be a lot of fun.
Do you want him to play
My wife is talking to me. Hold on.
Do you want him to play the Insane Asylum one? Because he only played one.
It's okay. He can do that if he wants to.
Okay. And do you want the sandwich one too?
It's okay either
Because you
way.
only have 8 minutes.
It's okay. Let's just not do those.
Okay,
So, ladies, we have about 8 minutes left or so. We're going to go a little longer if we want because we started a little late. But let's make this show a good one. I wanted to feature Amber. Tell me more about your idea from 2020 to 2021, and then let's get down to whatever else you need to let people know.
Quick shout out to Queen City Insane Asylum. I actually work with those guys very closely here at
Awesome.
Northwestern Mutual, and they're one heck of a football team. So if you haven't got the chance to, go out and check them out. 2020 for me was all about perseverance. I had to choose to persevere through unimaginable things. In addition to losing my career, I lost my father from heart disease and had another list of things that weren't so great. So while it was hard to find a big win for 2020, 2021 has been all about grit and grind. Those are the two things that I've really used to catapult me through this year. Make sure that my kids never really knew that I lost my career. Make sure my house stayed, on point. The energy within our home stayed positive, even though we weren't having a very positive go. So really just choosing to get gritty, make a name for myself in a new career where women don't always succeed, and just grind every day. You wake up, you don't feel like it, grind anyway. You wake up, you're sick, who cares? Grind anyway. You wake up and the sun isn't shining, but I'm going to choose to shine. We can only control what we can control. So I'd say the best part about my business is waking up every day and just doing the work and making it happen. Knowing that I can impact as many lives as I choose to impact, or as many people that I can get in front of, is going to be my biggest win to help my community and help my family. And when you think of it like that, it's a no-brainer.
That's wonderful because that's inspiring. Tiffany, any thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's great that you've entered a profession where you said it's mostly men that succeed in it, and that, not a lot of women, because I think there are a lot of successful women these days that are looking to, invest money and know what to do with it. Honestly, whenever you're a girl, you're not really trained up like that a lot. At least I wasn't. Yeah. I don't feel like I know a lot about the money side of life and investing and things. So, as a woman, I would feel super comfortable coming to you or another woman and, just feeling like you kind of get me just from the go because you're a female. So I think it's great. I think it's a path for, women to succeed at this.
Well,
yes. Thank you,
Tiffany, that's good. Amber, if there's anything in that, Tiffany's a successful pharmacist, and she's got a lot of stuff she doesn't brag about. Tiffany, you're awesome.
What'd you say, Johnny?
Tiffany, you are awesome. You are really a shining star. She doesn't brag, Amber, but when she says that to you, you know that half the population is female, so at least half of the people will listen to you.
Just by default, right?
So maybe Tiffany's suggesting, Amber, that you go ahead and talk to a lot of women that are struggling and give them hope and help them map out a financial plan.
And I think that's a great suggestion. Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's a whole untapped market with the fact that this is a male predominantly led business. What about the single mothers? What about the women who don't have families, who just want to be career people? They too need financial planning. Coming from poverty, I didn't put any limits on who I wanted to be in front of or how I wanted to help people. And I think that's helped me the most in my business because anybody can get help. You don't need to save all your time just for people who are hitting it big. There are people who need to learn how to start preparedness on these financial planning steps. So that's what it's all about.
Have you met, Amber, have you met my friend Vanessa Grimaldi? She runs and owns the business called The War Zone, a Nerf gun arena in Springfield.
I did have the pleasure of meeting her at one of our mixer events.
Good. She definitely comes to mind. The single mom, persevering, amazing story there. Another one that comes to mind, she was also a guest on the show, was Jordan Law, L-A-W. She's really a great lady. She does help. She has a software program that helps businesses get organized. She's a single mom, really making it happen too.
I love it.
I'm just being inspired.
And I think sometimes that's
remember that, Rosie,
angle than everybody else.
Yeah, you're right. It's the end. It's the last few minutes, so it's all you, ladies. Tell each other, get to know each other. I'm gonna sit back and let you talk.
Okay.
So Tiffany, question for you.
Okay.
What's the day in the life of a pharmacist who writes children books like?
Well, so I work part-time as a pharmacist. Whenever I had my son 5 years ago, I cut down to part-time because I missed him very much. I tried to get back full-time, not work out. So yeah, the day in the life of a pharmacist / children's author involves lots of snacks and and dirty diaper changes. So I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old that I stay home with most days. So it's, lots of mom life. In fact, I wrote the book during nap time. So it's fitting in the stuff that you want to do whenever you can. And I've had to cut myself a lot of slack because I'm very driven, very like I have a plan, and this is the thing that's been hard for me with kids, they don't allow for that. Things get off the plan super easily. So yeah, and what I can, I have obviously still a passion to do just being a stay-at-home mom. I kind of wanted to like I was fulfilling myself in another way, which is where the children's book came in to play. It's been a great avenue for me to be able to produce that. And then now I have an Instagram page, Tiffany Tutu, author Tiffany Tutu, that I use for encouragement for, I feel like, people like me, moms like me, where we want to do, we have this mommy status and we love it and we want to rock at it, but we also have this passion to fulfill this other side of us, maybe the side of us before we had kids, and I think we can have it all if we go about it the right way. And so that's my passion, to kind of help women and to do mommyhood together with them. And I'm grateful that this kind of an avenue to get into people's homes and get my name out there so we can do mommyhood together.
And like my wife says in her Mary Kay business, my wife says, Mary Kay would always say, God first, family second, and business third. So priorities are right. That's a good thing. You'll be blessed in all you do.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I love your concept of do both. I think as women in business, whether we're in the workplace or we're working from home, which I also do several days a week, and nap time is the time. I think there's a limitation that we can't have it all. But I think, like you said, if done correctly, we can be the business selves that we want, have our own selves that we get to fulfill to maintain our soul, and work towards a greater goal, something bigger than ourselves within business, within becoming, a better mother, a better partner, whatever that looks like. I don't think there's any limitation nowadays especially with technology, with what you can't get done. I think you truly can have it all. You just got to find that strategic way to get it done and do it right. I love that.
One thing I'm so hearing from all this, I wanted to thank you both for being here today. As we wrap up the show, I want to say Amber Iler is with Northwestern Mutual. So if you have a financial need, or if you want to just think about the future or the present, just get your budget together. It's hard to do that with just guesswork. You want to do something strategic. Amber can definitely help you. And especially if you're a single mom and you wanted to put something together, that might be a really good fit for you out there. Amber, you can be reached, is it on Facebook or another way? What's a good way to reach you?
Facebook, LinkedIn. You can also reach me at 417-379-6798. And I'm licensed in 10 states, so give me a call.
And then Tiffany, if they'd like to get hold of your book, what is a good way to get that?
You can find it on Amazon, and that's probably the best way. They also have it at Barnes & Noble online. If you're local to Springfield, then there's a few shops that have it in their locations right now at Acacia Spa and Harrison House. It is currently in those stores, so you can just pick it up.
Wonderful to have you here. We're going to sign off, but the reason I'm in Oklahoma City today was because my parents, they're both 84, they wanted to attend one last church conference. Mom has been a leader in the church for many years. My dad pastored a church, and they had decades of service, and they want to be recognized. This is their last time to go to a conference outside the area. And so I drove them from our Southwest Missouri area all the way to Oklahoma City yesterday, and we had a great time. And then we realized Mom had pushed the wrong button on her when she made the reservation. She booked 3 rooms instead of 1. Oh, well, life is good. We're going to go to her credit card company for fraud because the company that did that was not trying to get the money back to her. So love you guys. Have a great week. Take care, everybody. Thank you.